welcome to Matrix Unplugged. My name is Saad Gul, and my goal with this show is to introduce you guys to inspiring people and messages that will help unlock the true potential that lies within you. Today's guest is one of the most energetic, enthusiastic, and driven entrepreneurs in the UK who has built, scaled, and sold numerous companies. At just 30 years old, he's a thought leader, a keynote speaker, and the CEO and founder of Marq Millions, a fintech organization that has not only attracted global unicorn investment and built successful partnerships with Barclays, Visa, and MasterCard, but has also been granted an e-money license by the Financial Conduct Agency. As a result of his early business successes and partnerships with the likes of MoneyGram and Western Union, he was invited by the Prime Minister of Pakistan to contribute to the country's National Action Plan to counter terrorism. Without further ado, help me in welcoming Mohammad Asim, who was named Entrepreneur of the Year at the English Asian Business Awards in 2019 and was labeled as one of the UK's top young business leaders in the 35 under 35 by Business Cloud in 2018. Asim, thank you so much for this conversation. I've been looking forward to this. I'll dive right into my first question. Now, we've been friends for over 15 years, and I've seen you evolve, essentially, going from your father dropping you to school on a motorbike, and now you've built a multi-million-dollar empire. How has the journey been?
Thank you so much, Saad, for having me here, first of all. And I've enjoyed being your friend for past 15 years. That's also a pleasure. And my answer to that is, over the past 15 years, I've seen a lot of ups and downs in my life. Like you told me, my father dropping me in school in just a motorcycle, and now I'm, running multiple successful businesses. Life has been challenging, but yet exciting. And I thank to my father and all my friends who have helped me through this journey. The journey has been superb and amazing. And I right now believe that I am able to help anyone who's going through this journey as well.
Right. So I'm sure when your father brought you into business at a very young age, and it was unfortunate that he passed away, but that's a whole different story. And you were so young at that time, and he passed down some principles and tactics and values to you of doing business. How many of those values did you keep with you, and how many of them did you have to unlearn or discard as you evolved?
So let me tell you a very funny thing, or whatever you want to call it. My father started taking me into his business, and since I was 16 years old. To be very honest, I used to hate it at that time. I used to all the time complain to my mom, "Mom, I'm just a kid, let me go out and play. Why should I be going office after school?" And I used to spend my summer vacations in the office as well. And he trained me really well. I started my journey right from the bottom. I used to work as a rider. I used to go out in scorching heat and pick up cash, bulk of cash from banks and deliver it to different branches. First of all, it's a very high risk thing to do. And secondly, a very tough thing to do as well. So from that point onward, I became a cashier, I became accountant, and then I started doing some admin work. And then I earned the seat of GM, general manager in my company. And later on, I actually went up to a level of managing director. So throughout this journey, I have learned and unlearned a lot of key skills and a lot of, I would say, mistakes that I've made. So I've always learned from my mistakes. You must have heard a lot of people say, always make a mistake once, never again. So I make mistakes, but I make them once. So that's what I would say. I have learned from my mistakes, and I have learned from the people around me, including my father and his friends.
Okay, so I believe that in life, if we want to be successful, we have to frame the big why that makes us jump out of bed every morning and that gives us energy. How can someone who hasn't found their passion yet, or who's not happy, or who finds their work tedious, how can they adjust or frame that why that makes them jump out of bed and go and do big things and chase their goals?
I think it's a very interesting topic to cover. My life, when I wake up in the morning, the first thing I want to do is look into my wardrobe, wear a nice suit, and go to office. I love wearing nice suits. So it means it is my passion. That's the first thing I want to do. And if your mom stops you in the middle and say, "Can you get bread and egg, from the shop before going to office?" That's the one thing I don't want to do. To be passionate about your work, I have always encouraged people to do what they love. There must be one thing in life that you maybe love. You can be an architect, you can be a painter, you can be a public speaker, you can be an entrepreneur, and you may love working for one of your dream organizations, like people like working for IBM's, Microsoft, the Fortune 500 companies. So you have to find that spark in you. It is already inside you, and no matter what you keep on saying, "I don't know what I love to do," you always know. Don't you know what you love to eat? You know that, obviously. So you know what you love to, work for. So I would say everybody already knows it. He just needs to create a focus and work on that.
I love that. Now, what is fintech for people who don't know? And being in the UK for so many years, you've built companies, you've scaled them, you've exited successfully. So for lay people, what is fintech and what sort of opportunities lie in Pakistan versus the UK?
So first of all, fintech, for those people who are unaware, fintech is built from financial technology. Technology is evolving, so is finance evolving. We started the journey, back from barter trading to gold to cash, and now to a contactless ring. This ring that you see in my hand is right now the payment card. I can pay from my ring right now, and I can pay for anything I want to buy on the shop. So this is how much technology and finance has evolved. So this is what it's called fintech, I would say, first of all. And to answer the second part of your question, what opportunities do I see in Pakistan? First of all, as you already know, my family already owns a financial institution business in Pakistan. I went to the UK almost 5 years ago to start up a new financial institution, or so-called online bank, which I've successfully done so. UK market is quite mature when it comes to fintech in the whole Europe region, I must say, because I've been spending 5 years over there. Pakistan market is in its infancy stage. As you all may be aware that back in April 2019 this year, State Bank of Pakistan just announced the Electronic Money Institute license that they will start offering to the market. So this is start of the journey for Pakistan. And when you talk about UK, I think the curve has almost reached the top. That's how I differentiate two markets.
Just building on this, we were just talking earlier about how Kenya has developed a model for fintech. They were also a predominantly cash economy like Pakistan. And Pakistan still is very predominantly cash, and we need to change that. And change is inevitable. Is there a lesson that we can take from that African model and apply it to Pakistan? And how can maybe the government help us in enabling that conducive environment for fintech to thrive?
I think a brilliant topic to cover, and I was thinking about it a few days ago. It's all about the social change. You have to change the mindset of the people. Kenya, like us, they introduced M-Pesa, and that's now the predominantly used product in the market instead of cash, all right? The education level and everything apart from us, I think we are, I won't say we are at par with them, but obviously we are not so distant from the Kenyan market as well. I believe that social change needs to be brought over here. And who brings that social change? That social change is brought by entrepreneurs like us and is supported by the central bank or the licensing authority. I am happy to see that the Central Bank of Pakistan has taken a step forward by allowing the appropriate licenses. And I believe that soon entrepreneurs like me will step into the market and will try to bring that social change to encourage a cashless economy. And it should not be very difficult. It's just an idea that has to be put into people's mind that mobile money or electronic money is far more secure than cash, which obviously it is.
Right. We're talking about mindset, and I love mindset because I'm big on neuroscience, and I went through a phase where I was depressed, and I had to rewire my mindset to become better for self-mastery, improvement, all that stuff. And as a leader, I'm sure you understand how important mindset is if you want to win at work. What are some tools or tactics and strategies that someone can employ to bring to their work environment, to give energy to their team, to motivate them?
Yeah. First of all, I would say that you have to trust your team, the people you are working with. What it does, it brings positivity into the environment. When you trust someone you're working with, you trust their judgment. You can challenge their judgment as well at the same time. So for me, whenever I am selecting my team, I am very particular to whom I am working with. Their mindset, I won't say should match with me, because then the business will start going in one direction. Their point of view should be different from my point of view, so they can come on the table and discuss with me. The culture that I have always promoted, and that you will be maybe surprised to hear, I don't have a desk in any of my offices. I don't have any room in any of my offices. I just pick up my laptop and sit next to a team member who I want to work with. So I don't support a bureaucratic culture or a political culture inside the organization. I want my team, I want people to be my friends. I want them to be open to me so they can come up to me and talk about new ideas and even point out my mistakes. No man is perfect. I'm not perfect. And I need a team that makes me perfect.
That's very powerful. Asim, how do you stay motivated in turbulent and dark times? Because there are all kinds of seasons in life, and you can always stay positive, but there are some times when you get angry or upset, or you don't feel motivated, you don't want to get out of bed, you don't want to go to work. But that's exactly the moment when you need to stay focused and you need to remind yourself that why you've come this far. What is the narrative when you feel down? What's the narrative in your head? And how do you stay motivated?
The key to it is see past through it. Even if you're angry at someone, what will you derive after 10 minutes? What will you derive after shouting at him? Even if you're depressed, what will you derive from staying a whole day in your bed and not going to work? So the key to it, see past through it. If your business is about to fall, see past through it. Is there any other business, or is there any other thing you'll be looking into? If you're not happy with your job, see past through it. What's your next upcoming job, or what's your next upcoming task? So I think stick to the word, see past through it, whether it's 5 minutes or 5 years.
That's incredible. For my next question, I want to ask you, how can people connect with you online?
People can very easily now connect with me online. I have specially built a website now called callmeasim.com, and they can read my bio, they can see my achievements over there, and through visiting my website, that's callmeasim.com, they can contact me via simple form, and I try to get back to all of them.
Great. We'll also put up some links when we're releasing the episode. For my last question, what is the legacy that you want to be remembered by?
Oh, very, very amazing. So let me tell you why I moved to UK. So I inherited my father's business in Pakistan, and one of my father's dream was to go abroad and set up a bank. I actually followed that dream. I went to UK, I successfully set up a bank, and I'm about to exit through a unicorn exit, I must say. And my legacy that I want to be remembered is that I came to this world to make a change to something. If I have made that change that I will be remembered after, that is something I would say is an achievement for me or my life. And for me, I must say, I've still not achieved that. I'm still working towards it.
Thank you so much. Guys, this episode is so powerful. I can't wait for you guys to watch it. If you haven't already subscribed, go and subscribe to our channel. And until next time, goodbye.